notice that whatever experience we are having, it is I who am having it. All our experience revolves around I. Whatever we know, it is I who knows it. Whatever we are feeling, it is I who am feeling it. Whatever we perceive, it is I who perceives it. Whatever relationship we may be engaged in, it is I who am in that relationship. All experience revolves around I. I as such stands at the heart of all experience. In whatever state we find ourselves, waking, dreaming, sleeping, or any other state, it is I who stands at the heart of that state. All these thoughts, feelings, sensations, perceptions, relationships, states, and so on are continually changing. But I is the continuous thread that runs through them. I is as such the ever-present aspect in our always changing experience. What is this I that is the common factor in all experience? Being the common factor in all experience, I cannot be limited to or defined by any particular experience. In its purest form, I is as such unqualified, unconditioned. And having no qualities or conditions, it cannot be said to be limited. I pervades all experience, but is not limited to any particular experience, nor can it be defined by any particular experience. So in seeking the I, in trying to see clearly what I essentially am, we have to let go of the content of experience. We have to let go of all the thoughts, the feelings, the activities, the relationships, and so on that seem to qualify I. Just experience the pure I as it is in itself. Now, of course, I don't mean to imply that we are one thing and we experience the pure I as another thing in subject-object relationship. We are I, we are ourself. All that is required is for us to experience ourselves as we essentially are, as I essentially am, before what I essentially am is qualified or conditioned in any way by the content of experience. And we do not have to go anywhere or do anything to experience ourselves as we essentially are. We simply need to sink deeply into ourselves. Allowing ourselves to be divested of all the temporary, finite qualities that we derive from the content of experience. What remains of ourself. When all the qualities that we derive from the content of experience are removed from us or are let go of. Just the fact of being or being aware. It's not an extraordinary experience. It's not an unknown or unfamiliar experience. It is the most intimate, in fact, the most obvious aspect of our experience. But it is usually overlooked because it is, as it were, silent, colorless, objectless, transparent, still. So we overlook it in favor of the more colorful, demanding aspects of our experience, our thoughts, feelings, perceptions, and so on. It's investigation into the essential nature of ourself may be initiated by a question at a rational or intellectual level, but it's not a rational or intellectual investigation. It takes place directly and solely at the level of experience, our self's experience of itself. Our self or our being comes back, as it were, returns from the adventure of experience, comes back to itself. We come back to ourself. In this returning to ourself, this self-resting or self-abidance, as we sink deeper and deeper into ourself, or as ourself sinks deeper and deeper into itself, it gradually, in most cases, occasionally, suddenly, loses all the qualities that it borrows from the content of experience and stands revealed as unlimited being, the infinite I. God's being for the devotees and mystics amongst you. If anyone doesn't like the word God, just forget the last sentence. Infinite, self-aware being. The fact of simply being within the human being. the fact of simply being, which itself has no human attributes. And yet it is the recognition of the nature of our essential being, the infinite I, that makes us truly humane. I is, as such, the divine name. It is the name of the infinite in the finite. Of course, it's not really in the finite. I'm making a concession to the person that we seem to be. I is the divine name, the name of the divine, the name of the infinite in ourself, as ourself. Of course, the infinite is not in ourself. There is no self that contains infinite being. We are essentially infinite being, temporarily clothed in human experience and seeming to become a finite being without ever in fact ceasing to be infinite being, God's being. Able to establish myself in nothing and nothing in myself, uprooting and casting out everything that is within me, then I am able to enter into the naked spirit of being, God's being. Mr. Eckhart. When I stand as simply being with nothing in myself other than myself, uprooting and casting out everything that is within me that is divested of all the qualities that I derive from the content of experience, then I stand as infinite being alone, God's being, the divine. And I is the name of that one. I is like a beacon in each of our minds. Think of how many times you think or speak the word I each day without realizing it. That I is a symbol of our essential, irreducible self, infinite being, God's being. All that is necessary is to sound the divine name I once in one's mind and allow oneself to be drawn into that to which it refers. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to let you know about my forthcoming online retreat at home titled The Divine Name. That is the divine name I, which signifies that which is innermost and yet at the same time impersonal and infinite. And during the weekend we will be having guided meditations, silent meditations, and conversation, exploring this innermost aspect of I, the divine name. So I hope that some of you will be able to join me, as always, with my online retreats. There is a standard price, but if you are not able to pay that, you can select a scholarship, which we'll be happy to give you. And if you're not able to pay the reduced fee, then simply write to the organizer of the event and we'll be happy to let you come for free. So I hope that some of you will be able to join me and look forward to seeing you then. Bye.